You could smack Paul Dano's face against a ham all day and you're just gonna bruise the guy. One good smack from Timothee Chalamet, you're halfway to a roast. It's not a joke though. The difference in these guys' face sharpness reminds me of the bonobo and the chimpanzee. Bonobos were lumped in with chimpanzees until they were described as their own species. Only problem is deciding who gets to stay classified as a human and who will represent a newly described divergent species of man. Well, sharp faces are less common, regardless of what the liars on my poll told me. Sharp faces are much less common, yet their attractive aerodynamic angle allows them to fly through life way more easily than smooth faces like me and Paul Dano and Dan Loeb and Boy McCool and Kieran Malik. So I think Timothee Chalamet should be separated into his own species. How about we stop race fighting and gender fighting? The real disparity is between sharp faces and smooth guy faces. As a smooth-faced white man, I have more in common with a smooth-faced black man than either of us has in common with some overly privileged sharp face of white or black skin. Man, but seriously, just imagine how sharp faces can balance things on it without rolling off, but a smooth face can hardly balance a pancake. Yeah, he's more likely to be chosen as the smooth item balanced on a sharp face. I know, it's really not fair, but that's how life goes. People are born differently. Remember, I can say that because under this mask and under this depression beard is a very smooth, round face. But, yeah, this was a separate thing. I got distracted trying to do a pulsating bubble from my mouth. I actually did get kind of good at it. Good at pulsating the bubble and controlling it without popping it, but letting it pulsate. It's kind of gross though. I'm gonna cut that part out. But seriously, it is politically correct to be mean to sharp faces because they have it easy, while smooth faces like Paul Dano and I have to work to get half the respect of a Chalamet. We weren't born with sharp faces, we had to craft sharp personalities. It's not fair, but you know, I guess the lesson here is you will always be beaten by a younger man with a better, sharper face. I mean, why even try anymore when the only path to success is being a Mr. Beast clone?
Because I love it. But I'm going to make a point.
But seriously, I've realized that I get so much enjoyment from doing these mouth bubbles. I think maybe it's time for me to stop doing videos. You know, stop being mediocre at 3 or so skills and focus on becoming an expert on the one thing that I know I do better than anyone else. So, I'm gonna focus on mouth bubbles. But seriously.